Hello, welcome to class 12 Business Studies, chapter 11 Marketing Explanation part 3. Okay, now let us start with the marketing and selling. So before we start with this, let me tell you, many people they get very confused. They're still confused, thinking that both marketing and selling are related to each other. But like if we go in details, if we study about the marketing and selling in deep, you will realize that marketing and selling, they are not same. Okay, so let us start in detail. So it's written in the notes itself, saying that generally people consider marketing and selling as synonymous, means they both are related to each other, but actually these two are completely different concept. Okay, now listen to it very carefully. Selling is just a part of marketing activities. So selling means is just a part of marketing activities, whereas marketing is a big term or a wider term where includes which includes wide range of activities where planning takes place, and the designing of the products, giving value to a price, or we can say pricing the products, or selling the product, after sales services, satisfaction of the customers. All these are called marketing. So that is why selling and marketing are completely different concept. Selling is just a part of marketing activities, whereas marketing is an activity which are uh, done in a wider terms, like I explained you earlier. So selling refers to sales of goods or services through publicity, you all know it, advertisement, promotions, and salesmanship. So in selling, products are converted into cash. After we sell the product, in return what do we get? We get money or a cash. So that is why in selling, products are converted into cash. So there are some differences between selling and marketing. So there are about 8 points. So serial number is given very clearly, and on the other side there is basis, and after basis there is a differences between selling and marketing. Okay, so now let us go in detail. Serial number 1, under the basis, focus or emphasis. So under the selling, they mainly focus on the needs of the seller. Obviously selling, because they have to sell the product in return to get the money. So selling always focus on the needs of the seller. And under the marketing mainly focuses on the need of the customers. Okay, so because the need of the customers means actually what kind of product actually the customers are looking for, what kind of goods, what kind of quality. So all these things needs to be taken care of it, and all these are under marketing. And the second point under the basis is the objectives. So the main objectives of the selling is to maximize the profit and sales, whereas in the marketing, the main objective of marketing is to earn optimum profit. So they need to earn optimum profit with not only profit. The profit does not only profit is not important. What matters is they need to satisfy the customers as well. So the next is the scope. Under the scope of selling is limited to exchange of goods or services for some consideration. Means there is only a limited of exchange, whereas in the marketing it is very wide. It includes all the activities like creation of demand, designing of products according to the demand, using promotional techniques, the advanced techniques, and after sales service to find out the customer satisfactions. And what they do is, I'm sure you all must have heard about graph. So that is how they see, and like by looking at the survey they will be able to see the differences and the satisfactions, or whether the customers are satisfied with the products or not. So the point number 4 under the basis, it is start and end. So under the selling, it starts only after the production. Okay, so selling starts, obviously selling, when does the selling start? Only after the production. The product has been sold, and ends with the sale of products. So obviously if there's no product, means there will be no sale. So selling starts only after the production and ends with the sale of product. And under the marketing, it starts much before the production and continues even after the sales. So marketing never stops unless you don't end the business. Marketing keeps continuing. So that is why marketing only starts much before the production, and continues even after the sales. So point number 5 under the basis, efforts. So under the selling, seller uses promotional techniques, the advanced techniques, and some manipulative tactics also to increase the sales. Means they manipulate the brain of the customers. They make the customers feel more greedy, feel more attracted towards the product. Obviously they have to sell the products, so if there's no selling, then they'll not be able to earn good money. So under the marketing, marketers, they use integrated market strategies to capture the big shares in the market. So that is why what they do is they integrate the market strategies. Okay, the point number 6 is under the basis, supremacy. So under the selling, producers are considered as kingpin of market, whereas marketing is considered as the consumer is considered kingpin of market. So producers, because they have to produce, because if the product are produced, then they'll be able to sell it in the market. And in the marketing, if they need to catch the customers, so consumers plays a very important role to catch the market. So that is why under the selling, producers are important, whereas in the marketing, consumers are important. The 7th point under the basis, approach. So under the selling, it involves fragmented approach to sell all that is produced by hook or by crook. They have to do it. They have to sell the product no matter what. By hook or by crook, they need to sell the product. Whereas in marketing, it involves integrated approach to identify and satisfy the customers approach, to see what kind of product actually the customers are looking for. So accordingly they need to make the product or manufacture the product. If they make their products on their own satisfaction, then they'll not be able to satisfy the customers. So before you put yourself, you need to give more priority to the customers than yourself. So the point number 8 is demand. Under the selling, it assumes demand for the products, whereas in marketing, demand is created by producing product according to the needs of the customers. So I'm sure you must be it must be very much clear to you all about the differences between the marketing and selling. So that this shows that they are totally different from each other. The concept is very different. So don't get confused that marketing and selling are the same. Okay. So now next let us start with the marketing management philosophies. So like if you want to achieve the desired exchange and outcomes with the target market, it is very important to decide what philosophy or thinking should guide the marketing effort of an organization. So it is very necessary to know the outcomes and the target of the market. So there should be a proper understanding of the philosophy or the concept to be adopted, as it determines the emphasis or the weightage to be put on the different factors which are related, so which helps in achieving the organizational objectives. Like for example, it's there in the book itself, whether the marketing efforts of an organization will focus on the product, sales, designing, so it features etc, or on selling techniques, or on customers needs, or the social concerns. So the concept or the philosophy of the marketing has evolved over a period of time. So now let us discuss the following in details. So actually there are about 5 concepts. The first one is production concept, second is product concept, third is the selling concept, the fourth is marketing concept, and the fifth is the societal marketing concept or the societal concept. So now let us go in detail. Let us start with the production concept. So there are some companies who believes that is very simple and very easy to sell the products when when products are expensive and are easily available. People think that the selling of the product is very simple, so the firm following the production concept, they mainly focus on the lowering the cost of production, because people they want something very the product at a very lesser price and which is very affordable by everyone, no matter the size or quality is. They want the product to be of good quality but at a reasonable price which is affordable by everyone. So that is why the production concept, they mainly focus on the lowering the cost of productions by means of mass production, means a very huge production and distributions. But the drawback of this concept is that customers what they wish, they're never satisfied with one product. They always change. They can switch to any other product anytime, anywhere, any moment. So that is why it is a drawback, because that the customers they don't always buy products which are inexpensive and available. Okay, so that is why people they think if the product is expensive, then obviously they might think that the product might be good, that's why it's expensive. So that is why the main drawback is that the customers they don't always buy products which are inexpensive and available. So the main focus of this production concept is large scale productions to decrease the cost. Okay, second is the product concept. So product concept means firm or a company which follows the product concept and propose that the way to realize business goal is making products that are of high quality, because people are very conscious, they always look for a better quality products. So these firms mainly focuses on manufacturing the products of a good quality, luxury quality, the superior quality, but they must also keep in mind that the customers will buy the high quality only when they need or want it. They don't always purchase the product, because expensive products are bought only when they are in need. So looking at this, the quality is not enough. Like, for example, the firm is dealing with a very high quality hair dye, but customers will demand only if they have gray hair. So until unless the gray hair does not come out, they are not going to buy the product. So that is why they should look in a very broad manner. So the main focus is good quality added. They should add features in a product. And the third is the selling concept. The firm or a company which follows the selling concept believe in order to make a customers buy the product on a regular basis, or to buy a product he or she needs to be convinced, and customers can be convinced by undertaking some aggressive selling and promotional effort. So they should be able to convince the customers to buy the product, and they should be able to approach them. So with selling concept, the firm can make a customers buy something even when the customers has no intention of buying it. So that is how they manipulate the customers, because the sellers, they have to, by hook or by crook, they need to sell the product. So that is why even if that product is not required by the customers, but compel them to purchase those products. So that is how they manipulate. So firms, they mainly rely on the selling concept, which make use of the advertisement. Advertisement means to make the product more familiar to everyone, and other persuasion techniques to influence the customers. So the selling concept can be summed up in the statement, selling what you have. So under this concept, the product is sold by hook or by crook, like I told you earlier. So selling, they mainly concentrate on the requirements and needs and wants of the producers, and sell whatever is produced. So they do not try to find out the requirements or needs of the customers. So that is why the selling, they mainly rely on the buyers manipulations. So under selling, the main motive, the primary motive of the seller is to convert the goods into cash, because they have to earn money in return by using fair or unfair tactics. Means by manipulating, or by buttering them, how they have to do it. So obviously by hook or by crook, they have to sell the products even if the customer's intention is not to buy the products. So you must know how to use that technique also. So the firms following selling concept must know that the buyers cannot be manipulated, because they have become very intelligent, they are very smart enough. They're not like the it's not like the olden days. So that is why the buyers cannot be manipulated many times. So the customers, once wrongly convinced, if they get the wrong concept, they can also spoil the image of the firm. So that should be very careful, and this is one of the disadvantage of it. So selling can succeed in the short run and not in the long run, because they cannot always manipulate the customers. So the main focus is to sell whatever is produced by using the intensive promotional techniques. Clear? Fourth is the marketing concept. So under this, the marketing concept, they mainly concentrate on the needs of the customers. So what this concept says is that the product should always be designed and produced keeping in the mind of the customers, and they should be able to satisfy the needs better than the competitors. Obviously, in this like in these days, there are there are a number of competitors. They have to compete to make their product much better than the competitors. So according to the marketing concept, the customers satisfaction is the pre conditions for realizing firm's goals and its objectives. So under the marketing concept, the company don't sell what they have, but they produce and sell what actually the customers want. So like I told you earlier, I've already explained it before, they need to give first priority to the customers and not themselves. That is, if you want to keep your business alive for a very longer time. So there are the followings are the pillars of the marketing concept or process of marketing concepts. Okay, the first one is identification of market or customers who are chosen as the target market. Okay, second is understanding the needs and wants of the customers in the target market. And third is development of product. Obviously there should be a proper development of the product or site or services, because they are not going to live in the olden tradition. They want to go for something modern, so they have to be keep so they need to keep changing the development, because they want to see something very innovative and very creative. So new ideas are very necessary. So development of products or services for satisfying the needs of the target market. Fourth is satisfying the needs of target market better than the competitors. If you want to live in the society of the business world, you have to compete with others. If you cannot compete, if you get disheartened very easily, then you'll not be able to survive in the business world. So fifth is doing all this at a profit automatically. Yes, because business is done for their survival. So if they because for their living, they do business to earn money, so that is why earning profit is very necessary. So the company or a firm adopting marketing concept, it gives a very it gives importance to two or more important market forces. So these are customers and the competitors. As the firm keeps a close eyes on the needs and wants of the customers, and they try to satisfy these needs better than their competitors, because obviously they need to keep more of the customers so that they can purchase more of your product. If they purchase more of your product, then you'll earn more of profit in return. So maintaining a constant visual on customers is called a customer orientation, and constant visual on competitors is called competitors orientation. So the main focus is to satisfy the customers. Fifth point is fifth societal concept or the societal marketing concept. This means although marketing concept is mainly focused on satisfying the needs of the customers in the best of the best possible manner, but then also it has attracted criticism from many people who are concerned about the society and environment. So doing a business, they have to think in many ways. While making advertisement also, they should not hurt the sentiments of the people. They need to, like, before making any advertisement of the product, they have to think in a various manner, not go against the religions, and do not not hurting the sentiments of the people. So they should look in a various manner. So if you want to do business, if you want to live in the business world, you need to think about the society and the environment as well. So they argue that companies, they should not blindly follow the goals of the customer satisfaction. Their motive is not only in earning money, so they should take care of the society and environment at the same time, so which may lead to many social and environmental ills. Like for example, a customers may want to have drugs, so just to satisfy customers, the firm should not supply him drugs. So see, okay, people, the medicinal company, they produce medicines. So actually that medicines is for the uh, cure for the ill people, but there are many people who consumes that drugs for their own like enjoyment, for fun, so that uh, so that they get addicted. So there are many ways, so they need to think in various manner. So some products brings harmful effect on the environment, so they should not be supplied only to fulfill the goals of the customer satisfactions. So there should be some like the way of selling the product, the procedure should be there, so that the people don't consume on their like for their own benefit or for their own enjoyment. So that shouldn't be there. So they should know how to deal with the people, so like how they like sell the products. So the customer satisfaction must be within the ethical, ecological aspect of the society. So the main focus is customer satisfaction within ethical and ecological boundaries of our society. So they should also think about the society as well, and not only for the customers satisfaction. Okay, now what I want you all to do is look at the differences in marketing management philosophies very carefully. Okay, so this differences, what you can do is you can also note it down in your copies also. Clear?